Hello, good afternoon. I'm back in Hong Kong, so I'm doing my first video in Hong Kong anyway. And the last couple of months, there have been a lot of things happening in Australia and everywhere. Of course, Iran is a stalemate right now, so I'll talk about what happened in Australia. I mean, we all know that what happened in Jesse Freeman anyway, but it's expected anyway. But everyone thinks that he'll last longer than that, but I guess he makes the same mistake as Bin Laden make, him staying in a place for too long. But what really concerned me is that why would Pony 8 snipers and 20 shots into Jesse Freeman? Isn't sniper motto is one shot, one kill? Oh, okay, you need to confirm that the target is down, I understand, but 20 odd shots is just way too excessive for 8 snipers, which is divided by 4 shots each one of them. Well, maybe it is too excessive, but I think half of that would be enough already. 4 snipers, at least 1 shot from each person, 1 headshot should be enough already. But it's just 20 shots, as they said, it was like Swiss cheese, right? So, but we have to take a look at the YouTuber, which is Chaos Chronicles, anyway. As I will show later, which he visited the the Jesse Freeman hideout, which he so bravely went there and have a look at it. It really shows something very, very sus in there, alright? Chaos Chronicles, which is a worth look at it. Yep, I'll show you now. Yep, Chaos Chronicles, which the last fair few videos which he went there to take a look at Jesse Freeman's location, which is which shows some sus things coming out of there, and which have a look at that for the Hong Kong viewers, okay？ 咁即係咧，我廣東話啦，咁呢個 Chaos Chronicle 咧係去咗 Jesse Freeman 最後嘅所謂即係最後嘅地方，最後嘅匿嘅地方啦。佢都去嗰個地方發現咗好多唔妥嘅嘢啦。咁大家睇下啦嚇。Another good channel which I would recommend is called Locust and Honey, which provide which provide a very good analysis on Jesse Freeman, which is a very, very deep dive into that. It doesn't go, and I felt the same as him too, Locust and Honey, which, that I'm not rooting for Jesse Freeman, but it shows that there's something wrong with Australian society, which, as this channel said, it's all about the problem of the financial and also the gap between the country areas and city areas, and also there's something wrong with policing and things like that. As he said, Jesse Freeman was really tricked by those, was not teach well in the law by some of the people that Locust and Honey mentioned, like Walt Culliton and also Wayne Greer, in which led him to this situation, which in this one, a couple of videos, ladt, like this one, ladt, which analyzed very brilliantly, and also this one, like Jesse Freeman, which he also was very critical of this lawyer, ex-cop turned lawyer, and a couple of videos that talk about Jesse Freeman, which is very good, worth a look at. Okay, as I seen yesterday on the Anzac March, which Western Australia Police had decided to ban March to Australia, which is a red flag that Australia is losing the free speech and freedom to assembly, just like Hong Kong right now. But the only difference between Hong Kong and Australia right now is that in Hong Kong I can buy airsoft BB guns and play Weekend Warriors every weekend if I want to, just like Japan and Taiwan. But in Australia, you got total gun ban. You can't even have BB airsoft guns. Now New York is talking about the same thing in America, that banning even airsoft guns, and for you to play amateur. This is part of the World Economic Forum agenda, that you own nothing and you are happy. So, yep. I'll make a separate video later, alright, about this, okay, to tell all Americans to reject this agenda totally, okay? Otherwise, your country is even worse than in some ways it's worse than Hong Kong, Japan, and Taiwan, which you can buy airsoft BB guns to play around with, and you can't in Australia. I don't know whether I'll come back to Australia or not, but for all Aussies who really felt let down in this country, you can come to Hong Kong, Taiwan, or Japan if you can, and even have a pay a bit for Weekend Warriors. And I know some shops in Hong Kong still renting and paying and selling airsoft BB guns anyway. We still have so many shops anyway. So yeah, don't forget the elbow, the speech, which he said about which was a few weeks ago, about emergency status about the fuel, and he told us to ration fuel and don't carry too much on the roof stacked with the car, which is quite medical. This is best to Hong Kong unelected bureaucrats anyway. So it's just, disappointing. Well, maybe I'll talk about something on Port Arthur, in which it's 30th anniversary anyway coming up, which this is the event that took away not only gun rights of Australia, the gun rights of Australians to shoot real guns, but also airsoft BB guns too. This is what they want from America and everywhere else too, sooner or later. I don't know how long can Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Japan can hold on. So we must oppose this agenda of even taking our airsoft BB gun rights away. Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next couple of days on a separate video on the American New York, which are trying to ban airsoft BB guns, and then something about Port Arthur, which also reflects something wrong with the Australian police training, as shown in Bondi, as another video I'll show. I'll bring all the books and even some of the articles that I bought from Japan. It teaches you more better firearms attitude than the police training in Australia that teaches about their firearms attitude, alright? That's all I want to say today, okay? This is my short video. Thank you, and if you please, for all the like-minded Aussies and Hong Kongers who are working the last 6 years, please subscribe to my channel and help me to grow my channel, and I can so monetize. So please subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye bye.